Hi, this is Johnny Muzz. Today I'd like to talk about water fluoridation. Water fluoridation of public water supplies began in the Grand Rapids, Michigan, January 12, 1945. It was the brainchild of two doctors, Dr. H. Trenley Dean and Dr. Gerald J. Cox. Both of these doctors worked for Andrew Mellon, the founder of Alcoa, the aluminium company of America. At the time, in 1930, Andrew Mellon was US Treasury Secretary, which also made him head of the Public Health Service. Using the results from his paid scientists and his influence in the Public Health Service, Andrew Mellon has managed to convince and deceive people that fluoride is beneficial for your teeth and for your health. Now you're probably asking, why would he do such a thing? Well, around the same time, Alcoa was being sued by its workers and people that lived near its factories for fluoride poisoning. One way to quash these lawsuits was for Andrew Mellon and his scientists to come up with information that said fluoride was good for you, which he managed to do successfully. Many other respected scientists, dental workers and doctors opposed adding sodium fluoride to the water supply, as it was being used commercially as rat poison, bug poison, fungicide and wood preservative. In 1936, the Journal of the American Dental Association was quoted as saying, "Fluoride at the 1 part per million concentration is as toxic as lead and arsenic. There is an increasing volume of evidence of the injurious effects of fluoride, especially the chronic intoxication resulting from the ingestion of minute amounts of fluoride over long periods of time." Many scientists more recently have conducted their own investigations and determined that the ingestion of fluoride results in lowering IQ. So we're fluoridating the water, children are drinking it as they're growing up, and it's resulting in lowering IQ levels. These same scientists also rate fluoride on the toxicity chart between lead and arsenic. Now I'd like to quote some paragraphs from a document that I've acquired under the Freedom of Information Act from Melbourne Water. Fluoridation of Melbourne's water is required by state government legislation under the Health Fluoridation Act 1973. This act specifies the levels of fluoride to be added and the reporting of results from fluoride monitoring of the water to the Department of Human Services. Fluoride is added to Melbourne's water as either fluosilicic acid or sodium silica fluoride. Both chemicals supplied to Melbourne water are a byproduct from the manufacture of phosphate fertilizers, and both are supplied in accordance with the American Water Works Association standards B702 and B703 respectively. They are tested regularly to ensure that if any contaminants are detected, including heavy metals, they do not exceed safe limits. What is the point in testing this product for metals and safe limits if it's a poison in the first place? You're adding a poison, a byproduct from the manufacture of phosphate chemicals, to our water supplies. The second issue is, why are we conforming to the American Water Works Association standards, which are clearly substandard? In Australia we have some of the best doctors and scientists in the world. Surely we can form our own standards and conform to them. The reason this interests me a great deal is because I live in Geelong, which is currently unfluoridated. Now we've had record low rains, our catchments are at all-time lows, and we are currently on stage 3 of a system which only has 4 levels of water restrictions. So it looks like we're going to be borrowing water from another catchment, which more than likely will be fluoridated, which concerns me greatly. I don't use fluoridated water or toothpaste. I believe that it is a toxic poison that is being mass produced and put onto the public as a poison. I'd like to hear other people's thoughts on fluoride. If your area is fluoridated, just some thoughts from Johnny Muzz.